Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe. I'm Maddox, with me is Dick Masterson.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Same old, doing the podcast.
How you doing?
Pretty great.
All right.
Pretty great. So, I feel, I see kind of a mischievous grin on your face today. I feel like your problem gave you trouble.
No, yeah, they are. But I have another surprise for you that I'll get to.
Great.
Yeah. No, it's a fun surprise.
All right.
It's a good surprise.
Well, it usually isn't, but we'll see.
It's a surprise that will make everyone feel good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a harbinger. So, let's get to some comments first. So after last week's episode, which, by the way, on the board, the number one problem from last week was conspiracy dipshits. Cleaned house, followed by marriage, then car insurance. Car insurance actually showed. You're in the positive territory.
Man, I really hate your condescension.
Where's number 4?
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe. I'm Maddox, with me is Dick Masterson.
Hey, happy to be here with you.
Happy
so
times.
happy. So happy. I forgot how happy it makes me to talk to you.
Are you
for an
sure?
hour.
It doesn't seem like you're happy.
There should be a pre-podcast for this. The
Yeah.
biggest problem in the universe. Like the hour leading up to it, with the pains in the ass,
Yeah.
and the fumbling around with sound effects and
Well,
papers.
You know, what Dick's referring to is we had a false start because everything doesn't work. We have the exact same setup week after week, and suddenly everything stops working. So let's go to the board. Let's just get right to it, right?
I want to know how you're doing.
You're doing great.
Okay, let's get to the board.
Got a new pop filter. So if you guys notice an appreciable increase in the fidelity of this podcast, it's because I spent $6 on Amazon.
It's not because of Sean, our audio engineer,
No.
who works to make the show as good as you can.
I mean, I'd say that's like 3% of the audio fidelity.
And you're at 110%.
110% my pop culture from Amazon.
Okay.
All right.
Let's check the board. We had a great set of problems last week. I can't wait to see. I think I have a good chance of winning this one.
Yeah? All right.
With Tesla, because everyone hates those stupid electric cars. That's what I'm predicting.
Oh, yeah?
Over all the other ones, it's going to be Tesla.
You want to put a wager on this?
Yeah. If I lose, I get to punch you right in the mouth. That's what I'm wagering. And if you win, what do you want?
I get to punch you right in the dick.
That means
I gotta
I'm confused. I confused myself.
I gotta get a monocle. All right, that's what that means. All right, let's start. Back to the board. Last week, the number one problem from the problems we had last week was other N-words. That's right. People think this is a big problem.
You know what? Speaking of other N-words, did you see Jonah Hill getting busted for using the F-bomb, the slur for gay people?
Yeah. He went on this apology tour, and here's the thing, nobody believes he's a homophobe. Yeah, no one in their right mind believes he's a homophobe. Of course, like, these guys goaded him, and they got the clip out of it, and they're making millions of dollars off of Jonah Hill's suffering and misery. Nobody believes he's, Jonah Hill, stop apologizing. We don't
believe the apology either. Like, this lame-ass apology. These celebrities come out with, like, oh, God, I would never say that. Like, yeah, you obviously do say it.
Well,
you obviously say it all the time when you're pissed off. You just messed up.
Right. Well, and of course, like, who cares? Like, I mean, he's not a homophobe. He's not.
I don't know him. I don't know. He might be.
He's not a bigot, dude. Come on.
Why? Come on, because he's famous?
No,
I don't know that he's
like
not a bigot.
He doesn't. He's not.
I don't care if he is either way, because what is he? It doesn't affect me at all. I'm just saying I don't know that he's not.
I can't say I disagree with that. All right, number 2 on the list is everyone needs to lose 20 pounds.
Yes.
Hey.
Second place, man.
Yeah, second place. This is the first time.
First loser. I'm number 1 at being the loser this week.
Hey, that means you're still number 1. According to my book, I actually wrote about that in Alphabet of Manliness.
Really?
Number 2 is awesome. Second place is awesome. I'm number 2 in your time by far.
Are you really?
You bet.
Number 2. We're both number 1 losers.
Number 1 losers. Then comes monkeys. Some people
How many votes did that
6
stupid
votes?
problem?
6 votes. Well, dead last came Tesla. You lose.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
How many negative votes did that get?
Negative 132.
That's a record.
That may be a record. That actually might be the lowest problem on the list. Actually, I think last time I checked it was Maddox, another problem that you brought in during the first episode.
I feel like people are not listening to my compelling arguments about why these are big problems.
Oh, no, wait. Actually, you were right. That is a new record. That is the lowest problem on the list. Tesla. On the overall all-time record of lists.
2 wins for me this week, dude.
Yeah,
1 win for you, 2 wins for me. That's more wins. I win.
What?
That's not
we have a couple of comments on the board, which, your favorite, Dick.
I don't read them.
I know.
Because don't tell you that I don't read comments. Because if you read the comment, they win. Like, all they wanted to do was waste your time by writing garbage. So if you read it, they wasted your time and they win. If you don't read the comment, then you win.
Okay. Let me read you this comment. You tell me whether it's a waste of time. Okay. Christian. Christian. He says, eating monkeys causes and probably the origin of HIV. Is it true? Probably. It doesn't cause HIV to eat a monkey. But I think what he's trying to say ham-fistedly is that eating monkeys causes prion disease. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. And he's also trying to say that they're also probably the origin of HIV, which is actually true.
Oh, I see what you're doing here. You wanted to mention last week. You forgot to mention that monkeys cause HIV, so now you picked a comment so you can work in your reasons why monkeys suck. I see what's going on.
Yeah.
Very clever. Very clever what he's doing here.
You saw right through me. Whatever.
Yeah.
Monkey lover. Great. Make out with your
What's the
stupid
next
monkeys.
comment?
Next comment. There's another guy piling on to the cacophony of interruption. He's Horatio, or Horatio. I think it's Horatio is the guy's name. He says, Jesus, Dick, shut the fuck up. You're yapping worse than a woman. Let the fucking man speak his mind. Then go on blabbering. What do you have to say to Horatio? He's a software
Does
developer.
his mom know that he's using these obscenities on the internet?
Well, Horatio, does she?
No, I get. Look, if you want to talk like you passing a baton back and forth, run for office.
Yeah.
I guess that's just not fun.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry that bothers everyone so much. They interrupt your precious train of thought.
Yeah. Well, then the other comment we have is somebody defending the family. They say they don't understand how you have a problem with the concept of a family being a problem. Because if you think about it, the family is the base unit of society. And
Of pretty much everything that we know.
right.
Yeah.
So if that's bad, then you have bad people. It's like the root problem of pretty much everything.
So you just cherry-picked comments that
Yes.
prove what you're saying
Of course.
is right to
Yeah.
re-argue something you already argued.
Correct.
Again, I'm so thrilled to be here with you. So typical of a Maddox conversation. So what, he saying that families are to blame for everything
Right.
in society, all of society's ills?
Yeah. You know, Dick, you could also cherry pick your own comments and bring them in.
Then they win.
Where the
They're not
fuck
terrorists.
is this?
This is not terrorism. I mean, okay.
I'm not reading them.
Okay.
Because I have new problems to get through, man. Out with the old, in with the new.
Let's get to it.
My first problem, and I think I want you guys to explain to me why it's so fun to screw with me while I'm trying to talk to a beautiful lady. What is it about me that makes it so delightful to fuck with me while I'm trying to get laid?
Wait, is this, what's your problem? Is that your problem?
I'm getting to it. Okay. The problem is guys who need to get laid.
I agree. Guys, you need to get laid. I agree. I thought you were just talking about it.
Well, I was living this weekend. You know him, a friend of ours who looks like Baby Huey.
Okay, I know exactly
You
who
know
you're
who I'm
talking
talking
Yeah,
about?
this guy's he's like a giant baby.
Doofus.
Yeah. Well, he does look like a big baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the guy needs to get laid. He gets drunker than hell, and he proceeds to go on a campaign of game ruining against me talking to this hot girl. This is literally what happened. Okay, I'm at the point of the conversation where I say the words come out of my mouth. So what's your dad like? Right?
Wait. You're asking the girl what's your dad like?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You gotta know. You gotta get right into the dad stuff.
No.
Yeah, Sean's giving me a thumbs up.
No,
This
Sean.
yeah.
Two single guys, two single idiots say you think this is a good game. You think you should talk about the girl's dad. Because guess what? If
yeah.
the girl's dad's an abuser or not in the picture, she's suddenly depressed.
And she wants to bang. She wants to bang that depression right out of her system. That's how it works.
You are so hopeless. This is
What? How is that hopeless?
because you want a girlfriend potentially, and this is you're just gonna get these busted ass women.
Look, whatever I want is irrelevant. I take what I can get.
Okay.
And that's what I'm getting is a conversation that's very naturally and very smoothly leading to, oh yeah, so what's your dad like?
Okay.
Then, suddenly, this dummy lumbers over, reeking of day drinking,
Yeah.
and immediately starts salting the earth. That's my problem with this. Okay, this is my whole problem with the thing.
Okay.
Guys who need to get laid just walk around all day and night salting the earth so no one gets laid. They're like zombies. Like they multiply. Like they don't get laid, so then nobody gets laid. And then nobody's getting laid. What's a bigger problem than that? That's a huge problem.
Oh my god. All right. Where do we even start here? First of all, this guy in particular that we're talking about, Baby Huey, we'll call him. He doesn't care. His modus operandi in life is just to have fun. He doesn't give a shit.
God.
I was actually with him. This was last weekend at a strip club for a bachelor party.
Did anyone get a lap dance in that strip club, or did he ruin everyone's...
Yeah, a bunch of people got lap dances. I
Okay.
mean, I guess. I didn't see anything. I don't know any names. I don't know anyone. But people may have gotten lap dances.
What is that? Is it like...
It's the bro code. The bro code.
All
So
right.
anyway, and Baby Huey actually did get a couple lap dances. But we were at the strip club. We were sitting at the front, and just, whatever, fucking, who cares? Strip clubs is weird. I'm not a fan. I'll just go there. I'm not a fan. what do you do at strip clubs? I don't mind. I'll go. I'm not opposed to it.
Let me give you a tip on how to enjoy strip clubs more. 'Cause I love strip clubs. I really do.
Sure.
You try to get stuff for free.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I did.
How is that? That's great. That's fun.
It was great. I didn't spend a single dollar all night. It was not, except for the fucking drinks. I didn't know were $10 a bottle of water. That's not bullshit. They were charging $10.
Who's drinking water at a strip club? What do you want, a health regimen?
No, I was drinking alcohol, but some other people were saying, I said, hey, what do you want? They said, just give me water. So I would go out and they give me a bottle of water, $10.
I think that's a bigger bro code violation than somebody went to a strip club. You know, water.
They get you drunk, and that's how they rope you along. Oh, hey, how about a rap dance before? Let's go back in the champagne room. This is bullshit. But I didn't pay a single dime the entire night. So anyway, we're sitting at the stage.
That's how they rope you in. All these naked broads get you drunk and then get naked on you and dance. That's how they scam you, Sean. That's what I'm learning here.
Yeah.
So what did Baby Huey do?
Yeah, you'll leave a couple $100 lighter.
Whatever.
With blue balls.
They need it.
Enjoy
Those
it.
girls need it, dude. They got no other skills.
I need it. Oh, wow. No other skills.
Oh, you think they like to be there? If one of them, if they could type, they would not be at a strip club.
Oh, wow, that is unbelievable. That is egregious. I have stripper friends. Some of my stripper friends strip because they like it. It's a fun job for them. Some of them don't. Some of them have like kids and girls and shit like that. But some of them strip because they like it. Yeah,
absolutely false. That's ridiculous. What else are they trying to sell you a bridge too? That's not true. They're just saying
So she's sitting there dancing. She's doing the twerk. She's doing the butt flop. And that's good move. Yeah, it's a good move. And Baby Huey goes, "There's no good move." All over the stage.
No, it's brilliant because the girl started laughing. And she stopped dancing. She started laughing, and then doubled over, and she turned out to say, "I like you guys. I like how I can come out."
She came and hang out with us. And guess what? Instead of getting some like weird money transaction with a stripper, suddenly she's sitting next to us going out with us.
That's weird. Are you like even weird to pay a stripper to do something? I don't like that because that's part of the fun thing. Like the fact that I'm paying for it, I like even more than getting it.
No, that's weak sex. I don't pay for sex. I just don't.
It's not sex. It's just dancing around.
You know, it's whatever. I don't want there to be a money thing.
You don't pay for sex. Yeah, you do. Everybody's got
well, the long con shit, but I'm not gonna pay for it outright. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, you want to sit on my drunk and grind and do the last one. Here's $20. Wow, that's a big deal. Oh, that's vulgar. That's vulgar.
Oh boy, look at you.
Yeah.
Prince Charming over here. I can totally respect strippers so much.
No, it's not out of respect because I don't disrespect them. I don't disrespect what they do.
Look, if you don't disrespect them, then you respect them. Yeah, so profound, it's blowing your mind.
Yeah. So instead of like paying for these strippers to a lap dance and this weird transaction, then we're like these gardeners and these landscapers. Like trying to do most of the clientele is mostly gardeners and landscapers.
Right.
So rather than looking like them with our fish hats,
that's weird. How do you know? Are they in like do they bring trash bags full of lawn trimmings inside? How do you know those partners in landscapers?
Yeah, like coming in with the weed whackers. I don't know, they just look like, they've done some part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of rough men.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, assaulting their thing.
And they're all gardeners, rough men are all gardeners and landscapers.
Oh, sometimes they drive trucks.
Okay. Sorry. So what did you do?
Just hung out with a couple chicks all night. And they just came and sat and talked to us, and it was awesome. And then, when it was going to time for them to make money, they went to find some bozo who was like me. Yeah, like you. Oh, there's a mark. Let's go get some money out of this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's been acting. They're just talking about the problem. He's the sucker. He's the real sucker here.
I'm not talking about problems. We're talking about video games.
Well, I mean, you saw it. You got Baby Huey on the game thing. Because he tried multiple assaults on those lands. And finally, the chick told him to buzz off the third time. That's how he was. He's like, hey, buzz off. I want to talk about my dad. By the way, what do you think that's weird? It's a stupid, do not, that's a terrible question. No, that's a standard play in my game.
Oh, I know. Yeah. You can't really think it. That's it.
How is that a bad thing? Yeah. You're crazy if you don't think the daddy is that like, never ending to die. It's a gift that keeps on giving. It's good, man. What do you hope to get out of that other than potentially raise the broken wing? You need to... No, that's the goal. That's your goal. So, look, that's my problem. Guys who need to get laid, they make everything worse. They cause fights all the time. Same guy that I'm talking about has just walked around talking, running into guys because he can't bang a girl. And can't lay with a girl, he's like, well, I'm going to touch somebody, so I might as well be a guy. And before we would go out with a friend, we're all friends now, she would have sex with me just so I wouldn't be an asshole like me. And it worked every time. Like, it annoyed me a little bit because it worked, because I would just not pay attention to it. I was like, oh, okay. Like, you say so everything. Whatever, I'll just try it. These things don't annoy me. And she totally had it back, too. Yeah, she had me on. Yeah, I think if that just happened more, the world would be better.
Okay, I agree.
If guys just got laid more,
right,
everything would be better.
I agree, but I would extend that to women too. I feel like women need to get laid, and they look at it as they are gatekeepers. So they are the ones giving sex rather than it's something that they receive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean that's how they view it. It's not fair.
That's how I view it too. That's how we're talking about. They do it good sex.
I give sex.
Yeah.
The women line up around the block for some of this.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Women line up to date guys like me.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's it. You said that on the Dr. Phil. Yeah. You already said, well, I did find that one.
That's my whole problem. Well, and by the way, and girls do not need to be laid. Of course they do. They don't chill out afterwards. They're the same thing after the cigarette.
You know, I've been with women sometimes, and get all that. And then they'll go to sleep. Thank God, I can get up and go to bed.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. This is one thing I will find. I got to touch shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, until I realized, no, this is like, actually, I'm the one, I have shit to do. And
so you just bang them like a fireman, you hose out that fire, and then you get back to work?
Yeah, exactly. I hose them out and get back to work. So so the reason I agreed with you at the outset of this was because over the weekend I was with a girl, and she...
I knew it. Yeah, look at
See the smile on her face. So I was with this girl, and she had 2 male suitors who were trying to get her to come hang out.
And Carmen, she's a male suitor. I was with a debutante, and she had a number of male suitors.
Whatever. So anyway, these 2 guys were trying to get her to come hang out. And one guy was like, he really wanted me on this guilt trip. Yeah. He's like kind of guilt trip.
That can work. I've seen it work.
Yeah. It works for pathetic people and broken women.
Yeah, but they got it all. They got it figured out. Like, I can't do it. I've tried running that thing, and it does not work for me. I don't know how to do it.
I think you want some fucking self-respect. Don't you want to be able to look in the mirror and like who you see? Do you want to look in the mirror and see some pathetic groveling bullshit?
Oh, please give me a tissue, please. Mother, if you can't please smother the can, just put a little bit of a gum on me. Come on.
Pathetic. Yeah, stand up straight.
I don't know. It's not very pathetic. No one knows about it, I guess. It's my philosophy, right? Like, I agree with you. I like to sound like a poor guy, too. But If it works, I know how to do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, it's so lame, and it doesn't work.
What happened? What happened?
So he kept saying, "Oh, please just come out. Oh, I thought you were friends. I thought you were gonna come out, whatever." Just trying to manipulate her, and I can see like coming out, hanging out. Of course, he said, "No, fuck off. Like, you're a loser. Why would I want to hang out with you? Nobody wants to hang out with me."
So what is that? They're saying something made you look good. Then.
Well, yeah.
So he's obviously a guy who didn't get it.
He didn't get laid, but that's the problem because there's, and it wasn't just him; it was his friend and his friend.
And you know what? She would have gone over there, not had sex with him, not had sex with you. Nobody's having sex. It's a huge catastrophe. That's what I'm saying.
That's not how it
Right, but
right.
still a problem.
It is a problem. I'll give you
Okay.
that.
So what's your first problem?
Let's get to my Let's get to my first problem this week is that. Yeah, I got a request for more sound effects actually.
From who I think you're talking about? Okay.
No.
I'm glad he asked for more sound.
Good. That's not just everybody. Everybody loves the sound effects. So, dogs are they're tricks of the animal kingdom, right? And if you think about it, listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah. You would want anyone or any kind of animal, anything, any person in their lives. So I'm looking at Tom wants to say something. He looks like a dog about to pounce on a big juicy steak. I can't let it pass because this is exactly what you said about monkeys last week.
It is.
He said monkeys were the chicks of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Listen to them. Play the sound up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we got your template.
Yeah.
down.
You got monkeys and dogs.
So what? One of these chicks of the animal kingdom is they're emotional. They're the most emotional animals out there. You can't leave a dog alone for 5 minutes or the way it'll get sad and depressed. You have to walk it every day. You can't leave it in your car. Yeah. Right? Like you can't. No, you definitely can't leave it somewhere where you die.
You can leave a child in the car.
You definitely can't do that.
Come on. You can. A child knows the chocolate. Dogs are. Come on.
So they're needy.
They're needy, they're emotional, they get super sad and super happy over nothing. They're like these stupid emotional weather vane. That's what they are. They blow in the wind, the wings of emotion.
They can be neurotic.
They're very neurotic. Dogs shit
Did you
everywhere.
grow up with dogs?
No.
Okay. That explains some of your misperceptions about dogs, I think. They're not all like that. Just dogs raised by crazy people are like that.
Well, okay, so I've seen the three types of dogs. There are the dogs that are very
Big dogs, little dogs, and medium-sized dogs.
The dogs. I've seen some really friendly, family type dogs that are, moderately active. They'll play catch with you and they'll kind of chill the fuck out when you go to the park. Then I've seen the dogs that are, I don't know, like why are you keeping up in your life? It's almost like it's problem it's fat, it's small, it's terrible. It just makes me get fun. And then I see the dogs, because they love it. That's why they keep it around. Just to answer your question, just so you know how to answer the question, that's why it's around. Why is it? Great, why don't you just keep a fucking ball of yarn, an old, ratty, small ball of yarn? What's the point? If the dog doesn't do anything, it doesn't do anything. It's just there. It doesn't have a pet snake. Have you ever had either a pet dog or a pet snake? No. Okay. I had a dog for a night. So like a timer and him. What was her name? Alright, Dick. So I had a dog for a night, and it was I was sleeping in my front yard in a tent. Okay. And all of a sudden, in the middle, like 3 a.m.
How old were you when you were sleeping in the tent?
It was probably about 11. Okay. This dog ran into the tent, and it was a teepee actually. I set up a teepee in my lawn.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you set up a teepee when you were 11 because you wanted to see if all the stuff about teepees was true.
Yeah, I just hang out. Okay. So the dog ran into this teepee and scared the shit out of me, but it was a very delightful dog. It was very smart, very friendly.
Yeah.
And this dog immediately took to me and just wanted to sleep next to me. It was an awesome dog. Sure, I get it. Dogs are cool. Then what happened? I found it funny and it's
Okay.
But, dogs are cool, they're fine, but they shit everywhere. The reason I don't have a dog is because they shit there. I don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to have
No, that's a big issue. Yeah, cleaning up dog food is a big issue. I don't know if it's the biggest problem in the universe, though. You're just saying dogs raised by crazy people are crazy?
Well,
The owners are worse than the dogs.
So I agree.
Because you can't hit the owner when nobody's looking. No, that's horrible. I don't mean that.
Yeah. Well, there's 83 million dogs in the U.S., and there's 95 million cats. I can tell you, I've stepped on dog shit at least 20 times in my life. I've stepped on cat shit never.
Yeah.
And there are more cats out there.
So is dog poop the problem, or is it dogs?
It is...
What else you got besides the poop?
Yeah, the dog owners. Well, they're so... And people... Here's my number one problem, I guess, with dogs.
Okay.
Is that their owners can't shut up about their dogs. Like, dog people just become dog people. Like, that's it. Oh, how old is he? What's his mix? Who's he cook? Oh, look at his teeth. He's really cute. He's really sweet.
You know what? You're right. I think that you should love babies. I'm not sure if you hate babies or not, but babies totally put an end to the type of dog relationship you're talking about. Like when someone's way too into a dog, a baby comes and they're like, who? Dog who?
I'm not sure if they do actually put that.
Babies are the kryptonite for dogs.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as soon as that baby arrives, dog's out the door.
Well, so because this symptom, them people not being able to shut up about their dogs is the symptom, and the problem manifests itself to the point where you can't even tell whether or not people are talking about their dogs or their children. So I actually have a game that we can play today. I brought in a bunch of headlines.
Okay.
And we got some game shows at this time too.
Great.
So I got some headlines that are dogs or children. What are they talking about? Dogs or child?
Okay.
So I'm gonna read the headline.
Can Sean play too?
Sean's playing. You guys are both playing.
What do we win?
You win a bunch of the dick.
Alright, that sounds like a pretty good prize.
Yeah. Okay. First one is boyfriend charged with blank abuse after blank's death. Is that a dog or a child?
Oh, a dog. I'm going dog. Because it wouldn't be in the paper if it was a kid, because it happens all the time.
That could be either. But,
So you win a punch in the dick either way.
Yeah.
exactly.
Sean, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
And Dick, also wrong. That
As
is
a
a
kid?
child. Boyfriend charged with child abuse after toddler's death.
Okay.
Okay, so number 2 is
So not a good trick question.
not a good.
Right out of the gate.
Well, you got it wrong, so that is a good trick question. Yeah, it was a 23-year-old boyfriend of Marissa Anderson was arrested on child abuse charges on Saturday, just hours after an Orange County judge increased Anderson's bond to $8,000.
That's
Yeah.
worse than that's headline.
Next one. Police officer saves blank from vehicle submerged into water.
Dog.
yeah, I'll agree with
Yeah,
that.
dog.
Correct. That is a dog.
Good job, Sean.
Good job. Okay, next one. Blank dies after being hit by a car.
Dog.
I'll go child on this one.
Oh, Dick. I'm sorry. And Sean, it is a child. Good job.
A pretty good prize.
Yeah. Okay. First one is abuse charges on Saturday, just hours after an Orange County judge increased Anderson's bond to $80,000.
That's
Yeah.
worse than that's headline.
Next one. Police officer saves blank from vehicle submerged into water.
Dog.
Yeah, I'll agree with
Yeah,
that.
dog.
Correct. That is a dog.
Good job, Sean.
Good job. Okay, next one. Blank dies after being hit by a car.
Dog.
I'll go child on this one.
Oh, Dick. I'm sorry. And Sean, it is a child. Good job.
It feels like it could be either one in all of these headlines.
That's the point of the game. That's why it's a fucking game. That's why I'm saying you
but
can't tell
the
if they're
headlines-
talking about the dog or the child.
Well, I read that story where the kid was running across the street to sniff a poodle's butt and got hit by a car.
So that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, if you had said, blank runs across the street to sniff a poodle's butt and had us guess that, that would be a better headline.
Well, that wasn't
Right?
the actual headline.
Because you'd
though.
think it was a dog and
Yeah.
it was a kid.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Yours is just like...
Now that's just so honest.
I get, Sean, I wish I had that. That's
You're-
actually true.
Your game is just like a guy beat his girlfriend's blank to death. Like, oh, God, I don't know. It's horrible. It could be either one, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Okay, so here we go. Here's the next one. Blank, left home alone, escapes fire.
Dog.
Dog.
I'm sorry, it's child.
All right.
You idiots.
It could probably be more than just a dog or a kid, too, if I'm honest. Go ahead. Read the next one.
No, not
Go
really.
ahead.
All
Let's
right.
see. Let's find out.
Okay,
That's the
let's find
game.
out.
Let's find what else
Fine.
it could be.
Great. Ask blank lady column. Dinner game may have gone too far. So this is an advice
What's
column.
the blank?
Okay, the blank, I'll read it again. It's ask blank lady column. Dinner game may have gone too far. So it's the name of the column.
Dating advice. That fills the blank. Ask dating advice columnist. The dinner game may have gone too far.
Ask dating advice lady column.
Yeah.
Dinner game. No, that's no.
It works. It fits.
It does not.
No, it's
Scientist.
What? It's kid.
It's dog.
This is dog.
You guys are all idiots.
So she's what? She's giving dog advice for dinner parties?
How did this game end?
Dog advice for I don't know. It says an advice column. It's for dogs, I
I'm
guess.
so confused.
We got to stop playing this game.
No, we got a
There's
couple more.
too many. Dude, a couple more?
You suck. You guys suck.
This
You guys are
game
terrible.
sucks.
You
This is a
suck.
horrible game.
You're a horrible game. All right.
Can-
wait,
So
you'll
your
get this
problem
one.
is dogs?
No, hold on. We're
How about
getting to
shitty
it.
game shows? That's
How
a pretty big
how about
problem in the
shitty-
universe.
How about shitty co-hosts? How about that?
Okay, what's the next one?
Cultures clash over forced blank marriages in Pakistan.
Kid.
Yes, child.
Correct.
Oh my God. What? Now you're just reading headlines
Yeah.
of arranged marriages.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you
Okay.
got that one.
I got a headline for you.
Yeah.
Blank prodigy plays at Carnegie Hall. Child. That's the answer.
Right.
I thought for sure it was dog on that one.
Good joke. Good joke, Dick. All right. We have World Cup. Here's what it would look like if we sent blanks to play in Brazil 2014.
This dog.
John?
Yeah, it's got to be dog. It's got to be like a GIF or something.
Correct. Do not give your blank ibuprofen.
Dog.
John?
I'm gonna go child.
It is dog. I'm sorry, Sean. You're an idiot. And then
Classic dog advice.
the final one. So you know that being a dog owner.
Yeah.
Okay. The final one is blank hit and killed by garbage truck in Toronto.
What was the last word?
Kid.
It's the name of the city. Toronto. You say kid, Dick, John.
Well, I mean, it's both. It happens all day, every day.
I'll go dog.
Either one happens.
Well,
You're just randomly picking one.
let's hear the clip.
A 5-year-old boy was killed in Tooele this afternoon when he was hit by a garbage truck while riding his bike.
He's a kid.
Sorry, Sean. I was a kid. Well, the score is you're both at 0.
That's not true.
I feel like we all lost anyway.
Sean's 3, Dick's 2.
So what's the problem with dogs? What is your real root problem with dogs? The people? People have a weird. People are narcissistic. and
People
brag about their dogs all the
People are
time.
obsessed with their dogs. They bring them everywhere. And here's the thing. I see dogs in Target. I see dogs in grocery stores.
Yeah.
I see dogs in malls. And people bring their dogs like they're family members. They're not, first of all.
Yeah.
And second, people have allergies to dogs. So when you're bringing your little mutt with you everywhere you go, you're not taking into consideration other people might be having a really shitty time because your fucking little mangy mutt is with you.
I guess so, but not a lot of people are allergies to dogs, do they?
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Does it matter how many people have allergies to dogs?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because it's like, that's the same thing that, like, annoying parents say about don't bring peanut cookies into class because my kid has a peanut allergy. Oh,
No, it's not
everybody
the
stop.
same. Not everyone carrying peanut cookies with them to the mall and grocery store. This is dogs, okay? How inconsiderate do you have to be in order for you to say, okay, I want to have my pet with me, therefore I don't care that you're miserable. It's the most inconsiderate thing, so you don't think that's a problem.
Eh,
Okay. Well,
not really.
there's no reasoning with Dick.
I just don't think that dogs are that big of a problem. They're cool.
Right. So your rebuttal is, I don't think dogs are that big of a problem.
Well, I agree with you
comma.
about the narcissism. Like, I agree with you that it's annoying that people brag about their dogs. But if it wasn't dogs, it's anything else. If they only talk about themselves when they're talking about dogs. They talk about themselves when they're talking about babies. They talk about themselves when they're talking about music. They talk about themselves when they're talking about movies. It's all me, 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 me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a pretty big problem.
Right. But this is a very specific one. Them bringing their dogs everywhere they go.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my problem.
I'm on board for that.
Okay. What's your number 2?
College. Okay. It's worthless.
I would agree with that.
It's just about drinking. It's drinking and drama.
Yeah.
That's college.
Right.
That's what it teaches you to do.
Yeah.
And here's a stat for you. The price of college has increased by 1,200% in 30 years. More than anything else.
Yeah.
Has the value? No.
No. The value has gone down because college diplomas are easier to get than they've ever been. So they're printing them. You know, it's like a false currency. They can print them as many as they want. There's no Fed that's going to regulate it. There's no inflation to college degrees.
Yeah.
So they just print them out. Now a bachelor is basically worthless. It's like a high school diploma. If you don't have a bachelor, then you're worthless.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like people think that you might as well not apply for a job if you don't have a college degree.
Right.
And it doesn't teach. Yeah, you don't come out of college with any skills.
Right.
People that don't even know how to write. Like, you don't even know how to write papers. Like, I wrote one 30-page term paper, and it was nearly a life-ending crisis to do so.
Yeah.
That's what I did in college.
Right. I totally agree. College, people ask me a lot of times, say, hey Maddox, what should I take in college? What should I go into? Or should I even go to college? And I ask them the following question. I ask them, are you driven and are you self-motivated? Do you have any aspirations? Do you have anything that you want to do in life? Because if you do and you're good at it, then do it. Otherwise, if you don't, if you have no direction, if you have no idea what you want to do, then go to college. Why not? Because you will get exposed to a lot of different fields and a lot of different disciplines. So,
Is that a good thing?
yeah.
Being exposed to different
If you
fields?
don't know what you're doing, then absolutely yes.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Should it cost? Does it need to cost your parents like thousands of dollars every year for you to kind of poke your head into?
No, it shouldn't cost your parents anything. You
Parents
pay
are
for it.
paying for college.
No, I paid for every dime of my college out of my pocket.
Everybody else's parents are paying for college.
Don't stop it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big problem.
I guess.
I mean, by the way, you're paying for this problem too, because if everybody paid for their own, if everybody had to pay for their own, it'd be a lot cheaper.
right.
So you're getting nailed because parents are footing the bill.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you're having to pay parents' ways.
Yeah, I didn't go into any debt when I went to college. I worked about 60 hours a week at my shitty job at a film marketing company, programming, and then I also put my way through college. Yeah, I paid for all of it.
Yeah. Is it worth it?
Absolutely not. I have nothing to. I'm within one test of graduating with a master's degree in college.
And your life would be no different.
No
If you
different.
had that degree.
Yeah, people ask me all the time, say, hey, why don't you go back and take the test? Well, first of all, I have. I've taken the test 3 times. The first time, I came within 1 point of passing, and it was heartbreaking. And the second time, I came within 2 points, and the third time, I came within 3 points. So, I can see the downward trend. I can see the pattern. And I realized that I changed careers, and I'm a writer now. I'm a New York Times bestseller, so what do I need a math degree for?
And you don't have a writing degree for that.
I don't have a writing degree for that. In fact, they put me in the most remedial writing class in college. When I took the test, the writing placement test, they put me in the lowest writing class that I could possibly take. And ironically, I learned more in that class than anything else I learned in college, which was fascinating because my teacher almost got fired because he refused to follow the curriculum. And that's the only reason I learned anything, is because he taught us things that he felt that we needed to learn, like critical thinking, rather than just writing.
And editing, I would think.
No.
Don't say a bunch of stuff that's not necessary.
Oh, concision.
Yeah.
I don't know where I learned that, but it wasn't that class.
Well, here's my problem with it.
Yeah.
I think that colleges have basically, it's basically like they've convinced everybody that if they don't get their kid a college education, then their kid's screwed. It's like feel-good insurance for your kids, which is very manipulative if you think about it.
You think it's manipulative for parents to tell their kids that they are going to be well off if they go to college?
Yeah, because the only stat, like the only anything I could find in support of colleges, like the only reason that they say to go is that you'll make $1 million in your lifetime. Like people with degrees make $1 million more than people without degrees. So they're basically saying, look, until college costs $1 million, you gotta send them.
Here's the thing. If you knew nothing else about your child, about your child's future, you wanted that child to have the best possible outcome, you would probably send them to college.
But why? What can we do to stop that? I don't think it's necessary.
Well, I don't know.
And people laugh at you if you suggest otherwise. Like if you're like, well, why don't you send him to a trade school? Like, oh my God, a plumber. I don't want my kid to have plumbing skills.
Yeah,
I want him to have an art history degree.
Look, there's a way out. There's a way into success without college, and that the way to success without college is you got to work your ass off and teach yourself something. Like I taught myself programming for the longest time, and then actually I got the theoretical education as well in computer science in college. I was a computer science major for a long time. That helps, but if you're not driven and motivated by yourself, then yeah, you probably should go to college, because otherwise you're going to be what? A fuck up. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So college is for some. I would say college is good for some people. I don't think it's this necessary requisite for all people. In fact, I went to college with the guy who created Winamp. He was in my computer science class, and the guy should not have been there. It was very clear. He was constantly correcting our professor in class, pointing out errors in his syllabus and the lesson that he was teaching us. Our professor didn't know very basic things about C++.
Yeah.
And this kid was constantly raising his hand, and he wasn't doing it to be a snot. He was just like, no, that's just incorrect information. You're misleading everybody in class. And he was trying to teach us. And so he would finish his assignments within, 10 minutes of the class, and the rest of the time he would write 3D models and work on Winamp. It was incredible. So people like that should not be in college. I would even argue that people like me, after a certain extent, after 2 years, I didn't get anything out of college. But when I went to college, the way I took my classes was to take things that were genuinely interesting to me. And that's why I took a lot of physics and things like that I didn't need to take.
And it's still, you would write it off because the cost is outrageous. Like you could spend an hour on Wikipedia and get the same exposure that you get at a college. Right. You get at university. Yeah. Big joke. Big scam.
Yeah, I agree.
And it takes everybody in their prime, right when they're like 18 to whatever, and just lets them sit in a babysitting campus instead of working.
You know, that said, I would still say about 60 to 70% of the population should probably go to college.
Really?
Yeah, 60 to 70%.
To what end? Like, what do you really think they get out of it?
Well, they might get exposed to something that they didn't know beforehand.
Like what?
Well, for example, I was in a college bookstore, a university bookstore one time, and I came across this book that seemed fascinating.
There's a fallacy that's called the what we do. Like where because you experience something, it's worth it. You know the name of that fallacy? So that's what it is.
But, I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like saying that you were exposed to something because you did something doesn't justify being exposed. Because you're supposed to involve them. Just by like, falling to the
No, I'm not a job for 9.5 years.
you just expose anything.
A few things, but they're all very tangentially related.
minutes. 1 minute. Well, that's
Not a problem. Let's get to a real problem. And, Dick, I know you will disagree with me on this because we have started meeting it up.
What's that concept like?
I'd say anything north of about $30. No, you wouldn't. So, and what's that in euros? 20? Yeah. So, expensive steak is a little off. Because I don't have lots of steak. I've had some really expensive steak, and I've had some cheap steak, and I've had everything in between. And the best steak I've ever had to $30. I'll take the $30 steak over the $110 steak any day.
So what's your problem? That restaurants are charging too much for steak that's not as good as the $30 steak you had?
Yeah, restaurant, just in general, it's just this false market. People are wasting money on steak.
Wasting money on steak. So if I'm going to the Pacific Dining car for like a $60 baseball steak, I'm wasting money?
Yes. And for those who don't know, the Pacific Dining car is a very expensive 24-hour steak restaurant in Los Angeles.
It's great. Always great. They got $1 million meat locker in there. Did you know that?
Yeah.
They got a meat locker that's got $1 million worth of meat. How about that?
I'm sure they think it's worth $1 million. I'm sure they'll tell people it's worth $1 million. You know what steaks are? Steaks are the diamond of the food industry. They can make up the rate, they can make up the cost, they can tell you it's worth anything you want, and then you pay $100,000 for your steak and you can't sell it for anything. Nobody wants it. Nobody else will pay for it. It has zero market value. It's not fungible. It's just a piece of meat that you bought that somebody ascribed a price to, and you're just paying it like a sucker.
No.
Yeah. Why don't you go get a steak and then get a lap dance? That's like the perfect sucker night out.
So, you going to a fancy restaurant and paying a premium for a steak that you know will be well made, to you, is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Right, of course.
What part of that is a problem? What would you rather it be? Like randomly go around and pay $10.99 for a steak and just cross your fingers?
No, you don't have to pay a lot of money for a good steak. You
do if you want one reliably. Yes, you do.
There's no reliable. You can make your own steak.
There absolutely is.
No, here's the thing. The restaurant, like, unless you go to a really high-end restaurant where they're going to the butcher and picking out the steaks, you know, the chef is doing that from a really good butcher. Which, by the way, there's no guarantee you're going to get a good cut of meat just because they bought it grass-fed and free-range and all that other bullshit.
But that's what the money's for. Guaranteeing that you get a good steak experience.
No, but there's a cognitive bias going on. You see, you're paying a lot of money.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So you're paying a lot of money, and then because you paid a lot of money, you think you're getting the value. But that's not the case. That's not necessarily the case.
So what you're saying is that I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm paying a lot of money for a good steak. Basically, I'm so stupid that because I dropped the $100, I will never admit that this steak wasn't as good as what it could be.
Right. Because you would be a fool not to.
Yeah.
It's the Ben Franklin effect.
So there's no possible way for that to be disproved. Just throwing that out there.
Well...
Because no matter what I say about the quality of the steak, I'm saying it because I paid a lot of money for it.
Yeah, you have to believe that.
Yeah.
You convince yourself that it's a good steak because you paid a lot for it. Otherwise, you'd be a jackass.
I think if you reliably ate expensive steaks, you would not think that anymore.
You can't possibly know because it's possible that every single expensive steak you've ever had, you thought was good because you paid so much for it.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to the bottom of why you think this is a problem.
John, did you want to chime in on this?
Do you think that no one has ever sent an expensive steak back?
I'm sure they have, yeah.
Why do you think they sent it back?
not status, pompousness. They're at a meeting.
Oh, does
Yeah.
anybody?
I was just curious.
Yeah, good question. Does anybody do things for genuine reasons in your mind?
Sure they do, but not when there's money at stake.
But not if they have money. That's the root of this. You just don't like rich people.
No, I didn't say that. If there's money at stake, if they have a financial incentive, then you have to question their motive.
So in your mind, a $10 steak would be horrible, right? You wouldn't order a $10 steak, would you?
Sure, why not?
In general, you would like go to a plate, you order a $10 steak, it comes back as like a 8-inch thick piece of crap with fake charbroil lines on it.
That's not what you described. You just said an $8 steak, a $10 steak. If you describe a shitty steak like that, then yeah,
that's what you should be expecting if you order a $10 steak.
I've had great cheap steaks.
So in your mind, if you see steak on the menu, $10.99, and you order it, you think, well, this could be the most amazing steak I've ever had, or it could be horrible. Equal chance of both, 50-50. It's a coin toss.
I don't know that it's 50-50. Like, I wouldn't trust necessarily that a steak coming from Sizzler or, like an Olive Garden type place is going to be a good steak.
On average, would you say, what would you rate it? If you were to pay $10.99 for a steak, just on average, what number would you give it on a scale of 0 to 10? 10 being delicious.
Well, I don't know. It depends. Does it come with a side of fettuccine and shrimp?
Just a steak.
On a scale of 10?
0 to 10.
I would guess it'd be about a 5.
About a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to pay $20 for that steak, what do you think it would come with? Let's go with 30. What would you expect?
I would expect about a 7.
You expect about a 7. Yeah. And if you know what's a trend here? Like as the money, well, 2 does not make a trend. But if you paid 50, what would you expect?
About a 7.
So no matter, so once it hits 30,
That's not bad.
so there is no way to expect better than a 7 from a steak restaurant.
No. Not unless you know the reputation of the place, or you know that this place has, I don't know, they're doing something special to the steak. Look, there's
And if you know all that,
yeah.
shouldn't you pay for it?
But
If
you
they've
don't-
established a reputation, shouldn't you have to plomp down another $20 for it?
But go back to the steak that you're spending so much money for. Say you spent $80 on a steak, and you say, "Wow, that's a great steak."
Probably delicious.
If-
Probably got some
if-
Roquefort cheese on there. and,
Cheese, get out of here, man. Why would you want cheese on your steak? It's a steak.
It's good.
Get out of here. It's a steak. It's not a piece of fucking garlic bread. Get out. Your fucking cheese. Give me my meat.
So then what?
Yeah, I don't want to get constipated. So you get your steak. You don't know if you had bought, say, I don't know, paid $70 for that steak, if you would have gotten an equal quality steak for $60 or $50. My theory is around after $30, you will not see an appreciable difference in the quality of the steak.
I don't even know how to wrap my head around that. I just like if you can't expect more than a 7, why are you even like? What are you even going for? I want a 9, man. I want a great steak. What am I supposed to do? If I want a 9 or a 10?
How can you be assured? See, everybody's kind of like pulling the wool over your eyes and telling you, like, "Hey, Dick, come into our restaurant, buy our
I
$80
know
steak."
what a good steak tastes like,
No,
jackass.
you think you do.
No, I
because
definitely
you've been
know.
told this is a great steak. Hey, pay lots of money, we'll give you a good steak. Oh, you want a good steak, buddy? Come right in. You might be eating shit your whole life. You don't know because people have been telling you it's good.
You won't think I just won't go? You don't think I won't just go to another good steak restaurant?
Yeah.
If that one was horrible,
And
I'm going
who's-
to go to another one.
And who's saying it's good?
By the way, me. I'm saying it's good.
No, the
I'm
restaurant
saying
owner.
I like Pacific Dining Car over Mastro's because
Yeah, oh,
I like the quality of the steak there. It's slightly different.
Yeah.
They're both just as good as one another, and I would pay $60 for both. But I prefer Pacific Dining Car.
Great. And before you went to either of those restaurants, they had an out of this world reputation, didn't they?
I didn't know. Yeah, of course.
Of
They've been around for
course.
100 years.
All right, they have that reputation, and guess who
You
made
think
that
just
reputation?
everything is a scam, don't you?
Not
Everything is a scam.
Not everything, but who created that reputation?
Them by making amazing steaks.
Or them by putting
Marketing?
out ads. Exactly.
So in your mind, McDonald's could start a marketing campaign about the Quarter Pounder being the most delicious Angus beef in the world, and in a year or so, I'm so stupid that I'll think it's true and go plop down $70 for a Big Mac. Hey, is that possible in your mind?
Well, not $70, but they could increase the brand value of their food. Yeah, McDonald's actually tried this with the Arch Deluxe menu. They failed, but they tried it, different companies have tried that with different brands, and they tried to make premium brands, and they tried to create luxury. Apple is a luxury computer product. Same with De Beers.
Apple's great.
No, it's
Apple's
garbage.
better than PCs.
No,
they
it's
always
not.
work.
It's garbage. No, it doesn't always work. You get out of here. We always have problems with our apples. Every single Apple. Well, in here we're using Sean's.
What problems do we? No, the only problem we had today
Okay.
was your jackass soundboard on your piece of shit netbook. Neither of which was made by Apple. Everything else works great.
Your phone battery's always dying. You have to go to the Apple store every time your battery with your tail between your legs. You got to get your battery replaced. You know what?
Let's stick to the meat.
Yeah, let's stick to the meat. It's like the diamond industry, exactly like De Beers. De Beers created a false market for diamonds. They inflated the value of diamonds by creating artificial value, and that's exactly what they're doing with steaks.
Comparing steak to diamonds is fucking retarded. It's not anywhere near the same thing.
The only time a steak could be worth anything more than a normal
than
cut of meat-
$30.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a completely arbitrary value based on you.
It's based on my considerable life experience.
Okay.
Empirical evidence. So I've had lots of steaks. I've had very expensive steaks and very cheap steaks. Around $30, you're not going to see much of a difference. So unless they did something special to the meat, like Kobe beef, which, by the way, and here's one for you: Angus beef. It's pure marketing. There's no such thing as Angus beef.
They're not selling Angus
on it.
beef at expensive steakhouses. It doesn't say Angus beef baseball steak at the Pacific Dining Car.
Then what is it? Kobe? Is it Kobe beef?
No, it's aged. There's all kinds
aged,
of stuff
of
that
course.
goes into making a good steak. Are you
Yes.
kidding?
But aged.
That's why they got $1 million meat locker.
But aged. Yeah.
I'll be damned if I'm going to
$1
sit here and
million
let you...
You sucker.
Go, what, Sean?
I was just going to say, it's dry-aged USDA Prime, which is a government stamp. They put on. I mean, the choice, and then Prime is better than that.
Right.
And then they dry-age it
There
for
you go.
28
And
days.
Dry-age it.
Guess who's on the USDA board who developed that stamp and that certification
So
process?
it's all,
So you think there's a meat conspiracy?
No, it's not
This is getting
conspiracy.
bigger.
This is not secret. It's public knowledge. This is what they do. They go to the government and they say, this is what we certify as this cut of meat. And aged meat, like, what's the big deal? I've had aged meat. It's fine. It tastes good.
Can you... Wait a minute. Can you tell the difference between a good steak and a crummy steak?
Why don't you test them?
Well,
We
you've
can have
had
a
all
test.
these steaks. What do
Yeah.
you mean? Can you just tell me? Can you
I would
tell what a
love-
dry aged steak tastes like compared to a regular steak? Because it tastes different.
Yeah, I
The
know.
meat breaks down. The enzymes break it down. That's why it's better. It's more tender.
Me, you fuck. I know what dry aged beef is.
That's what you're paying for.
Yeah, well, you can get that at a cheaper steakhouse.
They don't age beef at a cheap steakhouse.
You can
Because
get
you have to
aged
keep
beef.
it refrigerated.
Yeah, they have refrigerators at cheap steakhouse. Every steakhouse has a refrigerator.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Yeah. There's nothing special. There's no magic in that fridge.
It's more like a humidor
Okay.
with a temperature control, because you can't just put it in like a really dry. You can't let the moisture leave too quick.
It's not like
Right.
a Corona locker. It's not like a
Right.
cooler that they keep in the back. Just throw some more meat in.
Yeah. You think it has to have this really expensive price tag on it in order for it to be...
It's
because
not-
It's such a labor-intensive process to put a piece of meat into a humidor and then just walk away from it. Oh, God, that's got to cost at least $100.
Maddox, it's not that much more expensive. It's another $20
No, it's
that
20.
turns a $30 steak into a $50 steak.
So almost 100% increase in price.
it's not that much.
100%.
$20
Yeah.
turns a piece of garbage, a 7, into maybe a 9.
I've had dry aged beef for $30. It tasted great. It was fine. I don't need...
I think a meat man hurt you one day.
No.
Now you're bitter about it.
I would love to see the comments on this one. I want to see where people stand on this. I think that steak is a bullshit industry, just like diamonds is a bullshit industry. More than $30, I think it starts to plateau. You're not going to get much quality. You're not going to see a cost-benefit return much beyond $30.
Do you think this about all restaurants that charge like more than $30 for food?
No, absolutely not.
So there are some food items that you think get better as the money climbs.
What? Did we say how much for? You want $40 to wash a car? No. down.
We are 3. We started from the bottom food.
Zoe. What's the nicest car you ever watched? You haven't watched it? Enough. What is your process? How do you do it? Maybe. I want to know for how many kids? Take 4 kids to watch a car? How long does it take you to watch a car? What is your process? Like, what are the steps? I just want to know. You're not supposed to wash the tires, you wash the wheels though. I just want to know what I'm getting, and then I'll make it off.
Just give us one. We didn't watch the whole car.
I want to know how, because my car was extremely expensive, and I want to know if you're going to take good care of it. So I want to know what your process is to make sure you don't mess up my stripes or my paint. Do you have all your own stuff, or are you going to use my stuff? Oh, see, that cost me money for the soap.
Oh, we can go get some soap right now.
Well, I want to make sure you're using quality stuff. I buy expensive
We'll
stuff.
pay your water bill.
You pay the water bill?
Right.
You know how much my water bill is?
Oh, no. My water bill $200. My water bill $80.
You by yourself? You have your own water bill? You have your own water bill?
My dad. See, that was that dog.
What, you want to go out? You go come back. When he gets out, he just goes and sits on the front porch.
You don't like it.
So how do you start? What's the first step?
First step.
Because if I'm paying you, that means you got to do it all by yourself, and I can't help. And when it's done, if I look at it, I don't want to say, oh yeah, you got to redo that, you got to redo that. I don't want to say like, that wrong. Yeah. Hey, enough! Can you do it tomorrow instead? Because I want to have it clean tomorrow.
We can do it both days. Can we do it?
I don't really need the flakes on my window.
But they go right past the front door. Well, we was moving.
Come back tomorrow. If you come back tomorrow, you can do it.
Jesus.
For two primary reasons. One, the ingredients used. If they're really rare or really hard to come by, then yeah, I understand why it's
You don't think the
expensive.
process has any, like the reliability of the process has anything to do with it, and that's what you're paying for?
Well, potentially, but you can't. That's not a guarantee. And then number two is the preparation.
It's a guarantee when you're paying for it. That's the
it's
point.
It's not a guarantee, though.
Otherwise, you send that back.
I go to restaurants. There's a restaurant I like in particular that creates these awesome Mexican moles, and it's renowned, and that's where the one like chefs go to if they want to have mole. It's a really good restaurant. I've been there probably 100 times, and of those times, I would say about 75 to 80% of the time it's been great. The rest of the time it's been kind of shitty because who knows what the chef different pinches of ingredients go into what mix to make the mole of the time, or whoever, what the chef's temperament is that day. You don't know. You can't guarantee consistency unless you're McDonald's.
There's a middle ground.
Okay, go on.
So, no, I've made that point that you're paying for consistency of a delicious steak.
You're hoping to.
Yeah, that's what the money's for.
Yeah. You're also paying for the consistency of the haircut. But
I think you're more focused on people getting duped. Like, I think you think people are getting duped by $50 steaks. And they're not. They taste better. Well, they're more reliably better.
There's no qualitative way you can measure that.
Yes, it exists. That's the qualitative way. People will pay money to get that steak.
No, that's a cognitive bias. That's all that is. You pay more, so you think you're getting more.
I don't know. I guess we gotta test it.
They've done tests. There have been studies where they take the exact same product, charge twice as much. No, look. It doesn't matter what the product is. It could be steak. It could be jam. It could be shoes. It could be whatever. They take the exact same product, relabel it, change the price, and then ask customers about the satisfaction before and after they purchase. Customers overwhelmingly feel more satisfied with the more expensive product than they do the cheaper one, even though it's the exact same fucking product.
I would have believed this with water.
Yeah.
Like if you used water for this. Yeah, you too.
I've seen it with water.
Yeah, I've seen it
It was
with
all
water,
filled up out of a garden hose.
Yeah.
And then they put a spider in the bottom and said it was like the most expensive thing. This was like a few years ago. Yeah, the water was just tap water.
Ergo, your steak.
But not steak.
Why not? What's different? What's magic about steak? What's precious about steak? Why do you think steak is immune to this cognitive bias?
Because it so obviously tastes better.
You don't know that. You're already tasting it, so you're biased.
Yeah, but I've had steak that I made myself, and I can taste the difference between a poorly made homemade steak and a well-made homemade steak.
You're a fuck up. If you watch, Gordon Ramsay has a video on YouTube, a 2-minute video, how to cook a perfect steak. It's impossible to screw up. Like, you just follow the instructions. What is there to it?
That's it?
Yeah.
So there's just one type of... I think you're underestimating what goes into making steak.
There's multiple ways to make steak. I'll give you that. But it's not that hard to make a perfect steak.
All right, well, I guess I'm a sucker then.
You are
I don't
a
think
sucker.
it's a big problem. I'm a sucker eating my amazing Pacific Dining Car steaks and paying for lap dances. And that's the problem for this week.
Glad we agree. So we have dogs, expensive steak.
Guys needing to get laid. Guys who need to get laid. I'll phrase it like that.
Guys who need to get laid.
And college. It trains everyone to be, it trains everyone to think in a way that I don't think is good for them. Like they're focused on training you how to think, and I don't think they're doing a good job.
I don't know if they're training you how to think necessarily. Like in college, I learned how to do critical thinking. That's not teaching you how to think. It's teaching you how to solve problems, I think.
Yeah.
Which is different. Do you think that college Okay, wait, hold on. I think I got something here. Do you think colleges indoctrinate people politically?
Yeah, I think they indoctrinate people to be pro-college. Extremely pro-college. If that's politically, then sure.
I'm not sure that's a political point of view.
Might as well be.
Be pro-college. Well, so there you have the problems, or non-problems, as in Dick's case of college and guys not getting laid. Although I do agree with the guys not getting laid. That is
it's a bigger problem than steaks.
No, steaks. Come on, steaks. Anyway, that's it for this time. I'm Maddox.
Go vote on the site, biggestproblmintheuniverse.com.
Until next time.
God damn it. It's fucking aggravating.
Hey, it played a whole song. Amazing.
PayPal. Don't message me receipts, you fuckload. Oh, PayPal using gay colors.
Jesus Christ, what was that?
What was that? Oh, fuck.
Don't touch it.
So, take one.
destroy.